Please, don't leave me. I sold my mother's only piece of land to help you become successful. Olivia fell to her knees as tears streamed down her face. She held tightly onto her husband's hands, hoping he would change his mind. After 7 years of standing beside him through poverty, hunger, and rejection, she never imagined that the man she sacrificed everything for would look into her eyes and say these heartbreaking words: "You are no longer the kind of woman I want beside me. I deserve better." Olivia stood speechless. Little did he know that life was preparing a lesson he would never forget. Welcome to African Tales by Sophia, where every story teaches a lesson, and every lesson touches the heart. If you love emotional African stories filled with suspense, betrayal, love, and life's greatest lessons, please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it with your loved ones. Your support means the world to us and helps us bring more beautiful stories to your screens. Now let's begin today's emotional African tale. There once lived a young woman named Olivia. She was beautiful, intelligent, and kind-hearted. Although she came from a poor family, she possessed something many wealthy people lacked: a beautiful heart. She met Noah during their university days. Noah was intelligent, but came from a very poor family. While other young women laughed at his worn-out clothes and mocked his dreams, Olivia saw greatness in him. She loved him when he had nothing. When Noah lost his father during his final year in school, it was Olivia who stayed beside him. She encouraged him when he wanted to give up on life. One day, she would always tell him, "You will become somebody great." Years passed, and they eventually got married. Life, however, was far from easy. There were days they slept hungry. There were months they could not pay their rent. Olivia began selling homemade food to support the family, while Noah searched endlessly for better opportunities. When Noah was offered an opportunity to further his education abroad, he rejected it immediately because they could not afford the expenses. Unknown to him, Olivia quietly made the greatest sacrifice of her life. She returned to her village and sold the only piece of land her late mother had left for her. It was the only inheritance she had. When Noah discovered what she had done, he cried bitterly. "I don't deserve a woman like you," he told her. Olivia simply smiled. "We are one," she replied softly. "When you succeed, we both succeed." With the money, Noah traveled abroad to complete his studies. Before leaving, he held Olivia's hands and made her a promise: "No matter where life takes me, I will always come back for you." Olivia smiled through her tears as she watched her husband walk through the airport gates. For the next 3 years, she waited patiently for him. She worked tirelessly and prayed endlessly for his success. Then one day, Noah became successful. He secured an excellent job and began living a luxurious life overseas. He bought expensive clothes, expensive watches, and moved into a beautiful apartment. Slowly, his phone calls became shorter. Then came the excuses. "I'm busy. We'll talk tomorrow. Work has been stressful." Tomorrow slowly became next week. Next week slowly became next month. Olivia noticed the changes immediately, but she remained patient. Then came the greatest shock of her life. One afternoon, she received a message from an unknown number. Attached to the message were beautiful wedding photographs. Noah was getting married, not to her. He was marrying the wealthy daughter of one of the biggest businessmen in the city. The world around Olivia came crashing down. She refused to believe it, until Noah finally called her himself. "It's over between us," he said coldly. "What are you talking about?" Olivia asked through her tears. You deserve someone else, he replied. I've changed. My life has changed. I deserve someone who fits into my world. Olivia could barely breathe. What about our marriage? She asked painfully. Noah remained silent for several seconds before speaking. Forget about me and move on. That was all he said before ending the call. Olivia cried throughout the night. She cried for the years she sacrificed. She cried for the dreams they built together. Most importantly, she cried for the piece of land she could never recover. Months later, Noah married his wealthy bride in a grand ceremony, attended by important guests. He was finally living the life he always dreamed of, or so he thought. Unknown to Noah, his new wife had never loved him. She only married him because of his growing popularity and family influence. Within 2 years, she emptied his bank accounts through reckless spending and secretly transferred large sums of money into accounts belonging to her family. When Noah's company encountered financial difficulties, she immediately abandoned him and filed for divorce. Noah lost almost everything. His luxurious lifestyle disappeared overnight. His so-called friends abandoned him. Those who celebrated him during his success could no longer answer his calls. For the first time in many years, Noah remembered Olivia, the woman who loved him when he had nothing, the woman who sacrificed everything for him. He immediately began searching for her. What he discovered left him speechless. Olivia was no longer the broken woman he abandoned years ago. After their separation, she had returned to school, started her own business, and built a beautiful life for herself. More importantly, she had discovered her worth. She no longer waited for people to choose her because she had finally chosen herself. Noah immediately fell to his knees when he saw her. I'm sorry, he cried. Please forgive me. Olivia smiled softly. I forgave you many years ago, she replied. His face brightened immediately. Before he could speak further, Olivia continued, but forgiveness is not an invitation to return. Those words broke Noah completely. You promised we would grow old together, he whispered painfully. Olivia smiled sadly before replying, and you promised never to leave me. There was nothing else to say. Some promises cannot be rebuilt after they are broken. Noah eventually left in tears. For the first time in his life, he finally understood that success means nothing when it costs you the people who truly love you.